Hey everybody, welcome to Act 3. We're super glad you joined us today. On today's episode, we have so much cool stuff to show you. You will be so glad that you tuned in today. Right behind me is a bell orchestra that is called Jubilation, and Shelley Iberg is going to talk to you and them in a little bit. And we have a whole bunch more to share, so grab yourself a beverage, get yourself settled in, and we'll see you in a little bit.
I'm sitting on the edge of love and happiness. Never experienced such a moment as this. So if you got that good feeling in your body and you want to bring this moment to life, come with me, we'll hit the town. Let's go right now and live the life. I just want to shine like the sky up like a sunset, living with no regrets. I just want to shine.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. We're awfully glad that you're with us today. Today in the Zoom booth, I have Rita Inamorati. I love saying her name, and she's with Volunteer at Nanaimo, and it's part of the Christmas Angels program that you probably recognize as being around this beautiful city for a very, very long time. I think that she's a founding member of it, and I'm so glad she's here. Rita, welcome. How are you doing?
Just great.
I'm so glad. It looks like Toy Headquarters behind you. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, here we are. We are at Angel headquarters working and getting ready for our families. And you're right, we started Christmas Angels in 2008. So we have been around for a long time. It's our 14th Christmas, our second COVID Christmas. So yay, lots of fun there. And in spite of COVID last year, we managed, and this year, even though things were a little bit tight, we did manage to get a space. So really thank you to NORAD for that. It was sort of a last minute. We're usually in our space at the beginning of November, but it was really tight this year. I mean, there's just so much going on in the city, so many people, so many organizations helping our families, our seniors, helping our youth. And, we're just so proud and thrilled to be able to be part of that.
You know, I love this program, right? I feel that the program itself does such a service to our community. And I was a recipient of a fabulous angel when I was a child. And so for me, this is like coming home. It's so important that we recognize that there are a lot of families in our community that just simply don't have a lot around Christmas time. But the Christmas Angel program isn't just at Christmas, is it? It's an all year round opportunity for people to give generously. Can you share a little bit about that with us?
Absolutely. We're really happy because for the past few years, we did expand the Angel program. So it's actually, we have an Angel network now, and there's different parts to the network, although we like to just think it's everything. We have Angel Crafters. So they do quilting and knitting, and they make toys and do that sort of thing. And we get those donated. We just have so many. We're so blessed with that. We've had tremendous donations of yarn. We were also gifted some funds for the program, which was great, which is specific to that program. And that money will only be used for that program. We've been working on a program through Angel Network called Helping Hands. And Helping Hands is just a little program where we're wanting to help persons in need. Seniors probably are going to be the majority, but we're not closed off to people with other challenges in their lives. Just got home from the hospital, need a little help moving some furniture, things like that.
Yeah.
So we are really working on that right now, signing up volunteers, making sure that all the criminal record checks are done, because we have to be very careful about making sure that our clients are safe, like people who we are helping are safe, and also that our volunteers are safe. So we've got that aspect as well. But Christmas Angels, or Angel Network, like I say, it goes all year. So we've had we get calls throughout the year for different things that people might be looking for. And we deal basically with agencies just
Yeah.
to go with, just so that people understand that, not anybody can phone us and ask us for stuff. I mean, they can, and we'll try to, work with them or refer them to an agency. But we do try to help with whatever furnishings or shoes for the kids at school. I think we did a shoe drive this summer. Our youth program did a fundraiser, and we provided one of our principals with, I don't know, about 30 pairs of new shoes, new runners. So because kids come to school and maybe they're not fitting, or just with the weather and things like that. So we're happy to do what we can. We can't do it all, absolutely. There's lots of people wanting to help, and they're all over town.
In this day and age, we have to rely on all kinds of ways to bring this fabulous show to you. And so Zoom does end up being part of the ways that we communicate with each other, especially when we've got great guests. So Teresa Osman is going to talk with Denise Ropp. She is with White Cedar Clinic. Hope you enjoy her stuff.
Welcome, Denise. Thanks for joining us.
Well, thank you so much, Teresa. And I love being here. And you can't be any more right. The stress that is going on out there these days is unbelievable. What with just everything that just seems to be piling on top of us, and now we're adding on to it, getting back together with families, or having family get-togethers, or maybe you can, maybe you can't. Maybe some of us are waiting until we find out from good old the public health office whether or not we can. And that can be stressful. Do we plan? Do we not plan? So it is for sure very, very stressful.
Yeah. And do you think that we're bringing on more stress onto ourselves just because we want to make it extra special this year? We missed Christmas last year, and so we're trying to come up with all these plans, but part of us we're tired, and part of us is fighting that, is fighting that need to do so much.
Well, one of the things I think that the past 20 months has given us is some of the learning around what we value, and maybe a little bit of how to savor experiences, savor relationships, and be really conscious about what it is we're going to spend our time doing. And there will be some disappointments because we're not going to be able to do everything that we want to do. It's not going to turn out perfect. Although, the whole thing about Christmases and the holiday season and getting together with family is all the stories about how it didn't go right. So that there's a whole lot of the holiday season that is about just the whole dysfunction of what goes on, and yet we still manage to come together and love the people that we're with, the time that we have, and that's where it's really important, right?
It is. I think it is important to make sure that we cherish the people and not the stuff so much, and not the expectations. But take joy in being together and spending time together.
That's right.
So what are some of the suggestions what can we do to make sure we have some self-care during this very, very busy time?
Well, the things that really, we want to make sure that our stress hormones are under control. We want to make sure that these things don't take over our lives, because when they do, they interrupt our sleep, they interrupt our ability to eat right, they interrupt our ability to control our blood pressure right. So there's a lot of things that get packed into responding to the whole stress hormones. So how can you keep the stress levels down? Self-care is a big one, making that a big priority. And this probably isn't a good time to, bring in a new food or something,
Yes.
We already know that January is going to be packed with enough stress around change because we're going to do this better in 2022. And so we don't need to add more stress to it. Some of the things you can do in the self-care is take a restorative therapeutic yoga. We've got yin yoga, we've got hatha, we've got some yoga therapy people that are actually here. We have a sound therapist who gives wonderful sound on Sunday afternoons, it's just wonderful. It's so relaxing and it brings you back to center, right? And like I said, not challenging our body with some of those really rich foods, or watching the rich foods. And if we can learn to savor, and savor means, slowing down and really experiencing whatever it is that you happen to be eating or experiencing. And if you can do that, there's so much self-care in that, because the enjoyment, the engagement with what it is that you're partaking in, whether it's a relationship or going out for a walk on these beautiful trails that we have here. You can still get out and enjoy those things. Dress for it.
Of course.
Well, if you're not enjoying the weather, then it's because you haven't got the right wardrobe, right? Like,
that's very true. That's very, very true.
Quite simply that. So make sure that you're getting out and getting the fresh air, that you're doing the rituals, you're not staying up too late, that you're, if you want to go and participate in a local choir or some sort of festival that goes on, by all means do it. But, put some boundaries on yourself so that you're not overdoing it. It's those overdoings that you end up, waking up at 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning and your stomach not feeling right and or being lightheaded when you stand up. So these are things that you want to use as triggers, or not triggers, signs that you might be overdoing it. So if you're waking up, then you maybe need to figure out how to bring some of that stress level down.
Yeah, well, that's really, really great advice. Thank you for that. Let's encourage everybody to savor and don't take on too much.
Hi, Kara.
Hello.
I'm hearing this amazing music behind me, and I'm wondering if you could tell me a little bit about it, seeing as how you're the conductor.
Yes. Well, this is Jubilation Handbell Choir, and I've been directing them since 1988.
Wow.
The group has changed over the years. We used to be a mixed group, men and women. I've had ages 13 right up to 94 years of age with my bell ringers.
Wow.
So we've had a variety of ages and abilities as well.
And what has that done for you to be part of something so beautiful?
Yeah, well, when I started the group in 1988, I was just a regular person just playing bells and was kind of thrown into it, took it in, took it on, and it has just become a love that I just really enjoy doing.
And what have you noticed with the participants?
Yes, they too, as they start learning to play the bells and get acquainted with the instrument, they just fall in love with that ability to be able to create what you're listening to right now.
Wow. And I know you've gone and done concerts.
Yes.
Can you tell me what you've noticed with the audience as they listen?
Yeah, well, especially those who have never heard bells before, they'll see the instrument and go, oh, okay, and they think of little dinner bells and that being played, and then they hear it, and it's like, okay, that is not at all what they were expecting. And so it's just an awe experience for most of those who come to hear it.
I know I have enjoyed just listening to this. Can you tell me a little bit about what happens when you're teaching people?
Yeah, so I also have a beginner group, and so from them it's what is a quarter note, what's a half note, starting right from there. This group, we're most musicians already and knew how to read music. So it makes it a lot easier if you know how to read, but it's not essential to.
So it's learning
becoming a
those
good-
skills and being part of a team.
That's right.
Now, I heard through the grapevine that we've got some movie stars.
We do, yeah. So in 2019, we were part of, well, about 5 of my ringers were part of the movie When Christmas Bells Are Ringing by Hallmark. And so at the end of that movie, they were playing bells, and it was just a highlight for that year for Jubilation, yeah.
That's amazing. And when you are in a place where you're seeing somebody kind of move from like not knowing anything about how to play to seeing them reach a level of competency and comfort, kind of, what are you witnessing? What are you noticing? Tell me about that.
That they want to keep going. They want to
Yeah.
continue to improve and to grow and to get more technical in different things that you can do with handbells.
And so what would you say to somebody that's never played an instrument before? They're a bit concerned about what it might be like. They don't know the people in the group. What would you say to people that think, well, maybe I'd like to, but I don't know if I can?
Well, I would say don't hold off. Step out of your comfort zone and try it. You don't know until you try something. And that goes with any instrument.
Right.
You know, you need to take that opportunity and try.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Kara. This is just so beautiful just to listen. It's
Good.
mesmerizing almost.
Yeah.
Hey, Teresa.
Hey, Alexa. Nice to see you. I'm great, and I'm so excited to be here as a guest. We're usually just like hosting.
Well, I hear that there's some great things going on with the Wellness Minute.
Yes.
What is it?
Well, the Wellness Minute is a segment that's part of Act 3. It's usually a minute or so, but because we got such exciting stuff to share with you, it's going to be a little bit longer today.
Well, can you tell? I'm all ears.
Well, it is health and wellness. That's what I'm about. I have the Wellness News, Choices for Healthy Living. It's a health and wellness publication. We have got 5 of them now between Qualicum Beach and Victoria, and it's all local health and wellness practitioners, businesses, and the such.
And what is your partner? What do you do?
Well, I am the publisher, the editor, chief bottle washer. Yeah, I do. I do pretty well all of it. I do have a partner. His name is Jim, and he is down in Victoria. So we do share the work. But the really exciting thing about this is that it is giving health and wellness information to a larger part of the island, and that's really exciting.
Well, what other exciting aspects of this can you add? Because I hear there's things happening in community that you're speaking.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. During the pandemic, which we're hopefully getting to the tail end of, because health is so important. I mean, we're certainly realizing that. So during the pandemic, we established a health and wellness resource that's a local online resource. It's called the Wellness Hub. It's wellnesshubvancouverisland.ca, and anyone can go on the internet and go on there, and we have hundreds of companies, health and wellness businesses on there. We have got health tips, products, videos, podcasts, just tons of exciting and great information that's local about health and wellness. And every month we do run a contest, and this month being the Christmas month, we have an extra special contest. It is a local wellness box, and it is full of health and wellness things that have been donated by our Hub members and our Wellness News advertisers. So I really encourage people to go in and enter the contest and look around, and there's health tips. This month especially, there's lots of things around Christmas, how to help if you have some depression issues at Christmas, or you're feeling blue or sad, you're missing your family. There's suggestions on how to include seniors in your Christmas celebrations, lots of different things like that.
It sounds like the Wellness Minute and the Wellness Hub offer a vast array of goodies for people to take
Absolutely.
a look at. Oh,
Absolutely.
how fantastic.
Yeah. We're really excited. We're going on 5 years of the Wellness News. And we've also incorporated a radio show called Wellness Wednesday.
What can you say on that?
Wow, it is on community radio. It's on every Wednesday. I am on the first and third Wednesday at 1 o'clock on CHLY 101.7 FM. And it also has health and wellness tips and just goodies for people to hear about. So we're really happy to be able to offer health and wellness information via print, radio, online. We do also have live events. We have the Wellness News Women's Expo and the Wellness News Health Expo. And fingers crossed that we're going to be able to have the Women's Expo early next year. So we're really looking forward to that, and to be able to bring more health and wellness resources to Vancouver Island. We do have the Wellness News across the island, and the hub, of course, is Vancouver Island.
Well, health and wellness is so important.
It's huge. It's
Thank you.
huge.
I'm delighted that we could talk. Thank you so much for sharing.
Well, thank you so much, Alexa. It's so nice to have you be my host.
You know, I love talking to fabulous people in our community. Next up, I'm having a conversation with Shalima Gant. She's with the Nanaimo African Heritage Society. Hope you enjoy her as much as I do. Hey Shalima, how are you? Good to see you.
I'm good, Kathy. How are you?
I'm wonderful.
Thank you so much for having me on.
It's always a privilege to have you, and it's really even more of a privilege to know the kind of good work that you do within our community every single day.
I try.
I know. But what we're going to talk about today is probably one of the most beautiful books I think I've ever seen, which is the Nanaimo African Heritage Society magazine.
Yes.
And you've got some groovy stuff to tell us about it, don't you?
My baby.
Yes, yes.
Well, yeah, now for the last 4 years, we've been publishing the NAHS magazine. And of course, I've had a lot of fun because it is the first of its kind as a diversity magazine on our island. And, you know, I would go to Georgia, go to my families, and they would always say, where do you live? So in their mind, you're on an island, so it's tropical, right?
Yeah, of course.
So no, we live where there's water, there's mountains, and there's wonderful greenery. So that's where the idea came from. And I was already putting together a little program book that we had for our gala that we have at the end of February for Black History Month.
Right.
So, and that was something that we would give to all our guests in their goodie bags. And so we just decided to go a little larger. And I love this community. I love this island. I feel like I'm in Seven Heaven.
Well, you know, you've been doing this for such a long time. I mean, I remember meeting you probably for the first time about 6 or 7 years ago, and you were really engaged with bringing the Heritage Society into the forefront when we had our multicultural affairs. Of course, because of COVID, we haven't been able to do that in the last couple of years.
Unfortunately, yeah.
But that hasn't stopped you. What
No.
it's done is it's created a new opportunity, and I understand that your Christmas or fall quarterly, tell us about it.
Well, you know, there's so much to talk about. And when you talk about the magazine, I've tried to put a lot of diversity, and I've tried to engage our communities and bringing us all together. And that is my way of fighting some of the things that we can't do anything about. We can't do anything about racism and all these other stuff. But we are all people, and we discover how much we are more alike than we are different.
Indeed.
And I love talking. So I talk to a lot of people. I go to Ladysmith and I talk to Ladysmith. And at first, you know, you would have people say, oh, you're from Nanaimo. And I was like, well, what's going on here? Aren't we all on the island together?
Exactly.
And so it's my way of bringing the island together through the magazine. Sisters and brothers, daughters and sons of the island. We have fashion, we have makeup, cosmetics.
Oh, my
we
favorite.
talk about subjects on Black history. You know, when I first came to Nanaimo, I mean, I felt like I was in another planet. I was like, well, there's no black people here. Oh, where's all the black folks?
I understand. I do. I understand. It's a
You
little
know?
bit different back east.
Yeah.
You see quite a few people.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
but you're quite right. On the island, you don't see too many.
But we've grown.
Of
We've
course.
grown. We've come so far from when I
Yes.
first started the society, which was in 1999. We're celebrating 21 years, Kathy. Can you believe that? 21 years
Oh
of the
my
Nanaimo
gosh.
African Heritage Society in the community.
So
So
fantastic.
very proud and always glad to look forward to going through the future, looking at new ideas. The pandemic came in and it was like, what are we going to do? We're not going to do the gala that we normally do, meet and greet, dress up and dance and have wonderful food and so on. We're not going to be able to do that in 2020. Well, we did it in 2020, which was a knockout success. And then right into March, we went into the
Of course, we had
pandemic,
to shut
right?
down. Yeah.
And what are we going to do? Oh my God, I got funding. And I'm like, what am I going to do with it? I can't give it back. I don't want to give it back. I want to do something wonderful with it. What are we going to do? Then the idea come of the virtual gala. I was blown away by the virtual gala that we were able to put together. Wonderful team, wonderful entertainment. If you get a chance, anybody, please check out Nanaimo African Heritage Society website.
Of course.
Look at the virtual gala that we did in 2020. If we're lucky enough, we will do our gala again. So all those enthusiasts that love the different flavors of foods and the things that we do at our gas, look forward to that. And our Christmas magazine will be on the stands
Yay.
pretty soon now.
this
It's
isn't
getting
the-
close.
this is an older one
that
that we're
was the
showing.
that was the fall one that I'm showing,
Yeah.
and it was a big success. We had beautiful models all through it and lots of goodies. But I'm really looking forward to the Christmas one, and that's coming on. It's on the presses right now.
On the press.
It's on the press.
And so people can reach you at www.Nanaimo African Heritage Society.
You got it. You got it.
.ca or .com?
.com.
.com. So please make sure you check it out. Make sure you check it out with Shalima Gant. Thank you so much for joining us today,
Thank
Shalima.
you. It's
So
always
glad you were
fun.
here.
And you have a happy, happy holiday.
And you too.
Yes.
Enjoy. All
Okay.
the best to you.
Thank you so much.
Merry